Hey guys, it's Allie, and this is the Why in Our Chat vlog, part 2 for Sunday, September 28th. I'm always a lot more relaxed in the second part of the video. I've been talking about Y&R for a while, like I'm getting myself loose, and so now I'm prepared to really dig in. So let's talk about Victor, and actually no, let's start with Jack and Adam and their little trip to Mexico, because the first thing I want to say is that Victor Newman is not stupid enough to leave a journal about his going after Walter Palin. Is that his last name? Walter Palin? I'm getting Walter Payton and Sarah Palin mixed up in my head. Walter. We'll call him Walter. Victor, there's no way that Victor, while he was living in that little shack on the Mexican beach, he was writing down a journal about who he was going to kill with the mob. I mean, come on, please. That was ridiculous. When they found the journal, I was like, oh, come on. Victor is not stupid. There's no way he would have left that. I just thought that was bizarre. But it doesn't really even matter, because no matter what it says actually in the journal, which it doesn't seem like it's panning out to be anything, Adam and Jack are potentially going to just fake it, just try to recreate Victor's handwriting and make something up. So in the absence of real evidence, they're just going to create their own. I like Jack and Adam as a duo. Adam was like, he was pretty raw this week. He looked like he hadn't bathed in a few days. His hair was kind of greasy and sticking up all over the place. But I like the dynamic between him and Jack. I was very shocked at Jack for being a jerk in that Mexican bar. I mean, okay, first of all, you don't take out a big wad of money, wave it around in a Mexican bar, and expect everything to be okay. I was just like, Jack, what planet do you live on? I mean, he's so cloistered or something that he just thinks he's gonna do that? I don't know. But you gotta hand it up to the bartender, which, by the way, love that actor. He is very loyal to Victor, and I really appreciated that. You know, he didn't give up information when Nikki or Paul were there. He didn't give up information when Jack and Adam are there. So I definitely like that. So the guy, Jack, also, money in one hand, is yelling out in the bar, "Has anybody seen this guy?" It's just like Tony Amato, like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jack? The bartender comes over, crashes the bottle on the table, and tells Jack to get out, and he still keeps pushing. He's still like, here's my money. My money will let me get whatever I want. I'm like, Jack, that's not smart. That's not smart on any kind of level. But whatever. I'm sure they're out of Mexico now. Jack has gone to New York. Adam has gone to Genoa City to snoop around with what's going on with Victor. Side note, looks like Jack is going to get Ashley, who seems to be back in the picture permanently, and Tracy together, and they're going to try to take back control of Jabot. We'll see how that works out. But back to Victor. Victor collapsed after having seen Sabrina, and I have to say, for a minute there, I thought maybe Sabrina was alive. She was standing there as a ghost, but, like, I don't know, I just got the impression with some of the things Victor was saying, I keep holding on to this thought that maybe Victor's got Sabrina stashed somewhere and she's actually going to come out alive at some point. I know, I'm dreaming. I'm in denial with Victor still about Sabrina's death. But I actually thought maybe she was alive, but no, unfortunately she was not. However, even though she was not actually alive, she had a really important message for Victor, and that is, don't die. Don't keep holding on to my spirit. You need to live your life. And she even told him, this is not what I wanted. And I really liked that. I thought that that was an important, a key moment. I don't know if Victor is actually going to end up taking that advice or not. It doesn't seem like it. He doesn't want to come back to the real world. He wants to stay in this fantasy world with Sabrina, and he collapsed as a result. He has not been taking care of himself. He's holed up in this tomb at the ranch, hasn't been eating, drinking. He passed out. Thank goodness Nick found him and took him to the hospital. And the kids, though, are trying to have him committed. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know if he needs to be committed. I mean, it's Victor's life. he can do what he wants. If this is how he wants to grieve, this is how he wants to grieve. Eventually, I'm hoping he will come out of it. But for a minute there, I also thought that Victor was going to cooperate and actually allow himself to go spend 48, 72 hours in this mental institution. What was I thinking? Of course. Well, I mean, I was totally fooled along with Nick and Victoria. There's no way Victor would have let that happen. Instead, Victor pulled the old wheelchair orderly switcheroo, and he is gone and out. And there's no way he didn't go back to the ranch. So no idea where Victor has gone. Seems like he has fled again for now. Okay, so speaking of people losing their minds, what's the deal with Katherine? Is she losing her mind? There was a couple of instances this past week where she forgot what she was saying. I was scared. I was very concerned about Katherine. She kept calling Chloe Lily, and she just didn't seem to get it. Esther, of course, I feel like in the past we've kind of gone there. Esther's hiding that Katherine is actually sick or that she's worried about her, but Jill's got her hawk eyes on Katherine, and I suspect that where we're going with this story is that Jill is going to try to have Katherine declared unfit to run the company, which, is it me or this cannot be the first time? I could swear this is a storyline we've seen before. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like Jill wants to team up with Kane, which in a way I kind of think Kane doesn't even want Jill at the company. Jill's like, I'm coming back to Chancellor Industries and I'm going to be on top of everything. And Kane's like, let's do this slowly. You know, Kane wants to, I think, run the place kind of on his own. Doesn't want to have his mommy there watching over him, and I can't blame him. But Jill has other plans. I don't know. We'll see. It's Jill versus Katherine in business. We'll see who actually comes out on top. On just a separate note, I wanted to say that I was very concerned about Katherine during that whole memory loss, kind of Alzheimer's moment that she was having. And can you imagine how totally sad it's going to be when Katherine Cooper actually leaves the show? I should have done some research to find out how old she is or anything, but like she is kind of getting up there, and like it just would be a totally different show without her. Like that woman, she's just like, she's the queen of queens, you know? I mean, like she's such a strong woman and she's powerful, and I mean, not just, I guess I need to be able to reconcile my image of her on the show versus my image of her as an actual person, but she's done so much throughout, the course of her career on YNR, and I just wanted to say that I think it'll be really sad when she actually does leave the show. I don't know if anybody else was thinking that, like having a moment of realization, like what happens when a character, like when a person actually dies and then that character's gone from the show. It happened, I guess, well, they wrote John Abbott out of the show, but I wasn't as affected by that. Something about that just didn't move me, because the character of John was always there, but for me, I wasn't connected with him. So it didn't affect me as much. It affected me seeing everybody else upset over it, but not so much the loss of that character and not having them, but like Victor, Katherine, Nikki, what happens when those guys aren't on the show anymore? I just, you flash forward, hopefully 10 years, the show will still be on the air. What different community will it be at that point? Just a little bit of food for thought. I don't want to end on a sad note, so let's talk about Heather having herpes. That's a good place to end. What's up with that? What up with Heather's virus? It's not a big deal or anything. It doesn't seem like it's anything that's life-threatening. So where are we going? How does this connect to anything else? Is this going to affect her career? Is it going to affect her relationship with Adam? Did Adam give her a disease? I don't know. Is it going to affect maybe her ability to have children? I'm totally lost. I have no idea where we're going with that storyline, but I would love to hear your theories, so feel free to post those. Text comments, video responses, anything you want. Feel free to leave your mark on this video. That does it for me for now. Also just want to let you guys know that I think going to just be doing my vlogs on the weekends from now on, so I'll post a new one either Saturday or Sunday. That way I'll be on the same schedule as you guys, because also before before, like I'm always a day behind on watching shows because I don't have cable, but that way I'll be able to just talk about the whole week on Saturday or Sunday, so that's a good schedule for me. I hope that works a little bit better for you, and you can kind of count on seeing those on the weekends, but I'm always around. If you want to go to my website, it's buttonhead.org. I'll put the text on the screen and the link in the sidebar, so check that out if you want to see me throughout the week or whatever. But otherwise, I will be back next weekend. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you then.